Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up Switcheroo mod again. Hopefully I did this right. It looks like it automatically brought up the delete existing data thing after reaching the bad ending last time. So hopefully if I could just click this, it'll restart the mod. Oh, did it resize? It looks like it resized itself. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, yeah, Doki Doki Switcheroo is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod that is not affiliated in any way with Team Salvato. It's designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free at or on Steam. By playing Doki Doki Switcheroo, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. It skipped over this last time I tried to... I might start this mod because, oh hey, two people have dropped in already. You got Marcy and Serena. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm starting up again. I'm going to try the Natsuki route this time. I'm probably still going to get a bad ending. I'm not sure. Somebody said in the chat last time that there is no good ending for this mod at present. Like that was something that was going to be added for like the director's cut maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if you would get the good ending by like taking Satori's route, or if you're just supposed to get everybody's route, like in the original game. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. But yeah, it skipped over this screen when I started up before because I'd previously done the demo, and the demo apparently uses the same persistent data, so that's something that Roche will probably want to correct in the director's cut. This game is an unofficial fan game, unaffiliated with Team Salvato. So there aren't going to be any save games, but I'm going to start a new game. I'm going to be Tormusa again. And I'm probably just going to skip through, yeah, because this is going to be the same stuff. Let's turn the text speed up, auto forward time down. Skip unseen text, and let's just go skippy through this. This is going to be the same as the first time around. There shouldn't be any changes until after the first poem. Choose different shoes. Does he? I don't know. Yeah, I commented at the end of the last stream that I had some misgivings about the fact that the game ends with this whole lot of expositional monologue from Mateo. I mean, I don't mean that to be too much of a downer, really. I mean, I think. It fits. I mean, you need to explain to the player what happened somehow, and Matteo's the kind of guy who likes to hear himself talk, so it makes sense. Anyway, let's go for, let's see if we can get some Natsuki words here. So presumably the cutesy words, like bunny, yeah. Arson, yeah. Go back to the warning. Oh, okay. Well, I can't rewind it now, but you can rewind it. I'll take your word for it. I'll watch the recording later to confirm that. Anyway, clouds, that must probably Satori word. I think these are all either Yuri or Satori words here. Heart? Yeah. Milk? There you go. Scourge? Ooh, interesting. Email. Cute. Play is on here twice, curiously. Hug, dark, jumpy. Jumpy? Yeah. Rage. No, not strawberry? Yeah. Kitty. Shiny? Yeah. Marshmallow. Anime. Pink? Yeah. Lollipop? Ribbon? Yeah. Fluffy. Cheeks. Doki Doki. Yeah, I don't know about any of these words. Climb? Okay. Wasn't sure if that would work. Lipstick? Considering Natsuko's backstory about being, the surviving twin when his twin sister died, and the way his mother treats him, it's a little, I don't know, gives some weird mixed messages, or maybe has mixed feelings about that, how he's treated by his. I'm just gonna hit auto so it. I don't want to skip too fast. I don't want to skip over the new material. But yeah, this is same as before. I think. Just waiting for it to get to the new stuff. Okay, here we go. I hear Natsuko utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. He seems to be annoyed by something, and I approach in case he needs a hand. Here we go, Natsuko wrote. Let's go. Need help looking for something in there? Bring Mateo. He never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping everything organized if he's just gonna go mess it all up? Natsuko slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Comics. You like comic books and manga, right? I dabble. I was super into it when I was a kid until I moved on to video games, but I still have a collection that I flip through from time to time. Yeah, that's one of Roach's habits, putting a comma after but. When I did my proofreading, I took most of those out. I'm sorry. This is me slipping into nitpicky proofreading mode here. I mean, my name is in the proofreading credits, so I like to be thorough. But yeah, commas should go where there's a natural pause. People don't usually pause after the word but. Anyway. Moving on. Well, I got them all. Take a look for yourself. He takes a few steps away from the closet so I can see the various box sets. That's a pretty impressive collection. I spot a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. Hey, I was looking for that. I notice a box of manga in the closet that's missing a volume. Take the liberty of slipping it into the empty slot. There you go. Thanks. That looks so much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing annoys the hell out of me. I know that feel. You can ask Satori how many times I've flipped out on him for not putting one of my games back in the proper case or slot. I take a closer look at one of the sets. Yeah, same. I can relate. It appears to be a much older series than the others. The Adventures of Captain Kidd? Sounds kind of childish. Must be out of my demographic. That, or it just sucks. That's the first manga set I ever got when I was a little kid. Natsuki looks like he eats mangoes. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. I'm sure that story doesn't hold up, and the humor is probably really cheesy. But it's got sentimental value to me, you know? Funny, I never pegged you as a sensitive guy. Well, I'm no wuss. I'll fight if I have to, but I'm not a heartless jerk either. Hey, there's only one jerk in this club, and it's not you. Besides, you don't need to worry about me judging a book by its cover. The good stuff is always on the inside anyway. In fact, I pulled the first volume of Captain Kidd from the box. Why don't you take me on a little trip back to your childhood? ... exclamation mark. Really? Sure. It'll be fun. I check out the front cover. It features 4 teenage boys striking animated fight poses. Looks like any ninja series that caters to boys. Come on, I grab Natsuka's arm and pull him out of the closet. something subtext. I take a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. I pat the guy next to me, signaling him to sit there. He takes his seat. Say, this is way better than using chairs. Right? It's easier for both of us to see the book this way. Actually, I meant it's because we get to sit all close together like this. Kind of expected this level of flirtatiousness from him. Not that's a particularly bad thing. Calm down, Casanova. We're just reading a manga. Natsuki giggles in amusement as I open the book. He leans in a bit. Seems to be more eager to begin reading than I am. Man, how long has it been since I read this? Yeah, there's a bit of reversal of roles here, and that Fem sees the one that's suggesting Natsuko shares manga instead of Natsuko, or like the original when Natsuki pushes it on MC. Yeah, Roach seems to like to do that. Anyway, man, how long has it been since I read this? Getting the nostalgic feels, are we? All the feels. I don't think I read this in 8 years. Whoa. I look at him curiously. Now that it's been brought up, I can't help but wonder, how old is Natsuko anyway? Yeesh, that's probably something I should find out before I go any further with this. So, you were like, what, 5 or 6 when you read this? Oh no. You just pegged him at 13 or 14? Natsuko suddenly shoots me an annoyed stare. Seriously? You think I'm around 14 years old? No? Damn it, do I really not know how to count? 8 plus 6 is 16, right? Right. No, what am I talking about? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Guys, suck at math. Natsuko visibly shudders. I hope you had to see I'm older before trying to hit on me. Yeah. That's not, I didn't, my ability to articulate vanishes. There's no recovery from the situation I've gotten myself into. I mean, now I look like a total pervert. 10. Jesus, you're 10? He's saying 18 minus 8 is 10. Looks like 25. I'm 40 here, so I know I'm one of the older people in this fandom, which is a little embarrassing sometimes. But you know, what on earth did I just walk into? Yeah, we're picking this up again to go through the Natsuki road. Also, welcome Zero. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, moving on. What? No, I mean, I was 10 the last time I read this manga. Jeez, you're so weird. Oh, okay. I'm saying I'm 12, I have 25 rubber ducks. Okay. I thought... You said I have 25. I thought that was like some alternate way of saying I'm 25. That's I know, like I know in French you say like j'ai 40 is like to say like I have 40 as in I have 40 years instead of, like, 'cause that's the way they I don't know. Yeah, French just uses phrases like I have instead of I am as for some things. Maybe it was that was some kind of language barrier thing when you said I had 25. It's like, okay, no, okay, you're 12. All right, okay, I get it. Anyway, wait a second. This game's supposed to be for 13 and up, so I think if you're 12, that means you're too young for this. Viewer discretion is advised. Anyway. I guess it's a bit late for that. I mean, we also already went through the self-immolation scene last episode. I just want to say I am 5 and 20 years old for 25. Yeah. That's. I don't think it's just Dutch. I think there's just like sort of an old-timey English way of saying things. Anyway, moving right along. Jeez, you're so weird. So you're 18. Yes, I am 18 years old. Sheesh. I exhale. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath. Natsuko looks at me with a mischievous expression. Huh, I'd surf that. What? Excuse me? What does that mean? Eh? Surf what? that wave of relief washing over you right now? He grins smugly, obviously quite proud of himself. Okay. I get it. Good fun. I observed that sentence so suggestive, though. Anyway, moving on. Meanwhile, my face couldn't be any redder. Time to change the subject. Whatever. Are we reading this comic or not? Calm down. Nothing's even happened yet. We can still talk. Well, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Of course there's going to be a plot. It just takes a while to get to the good stuff. Some stories start out really slow and simple, but it's only to help you get to know the characters. Still entertaining. Later on, when the action starts, we dive deeper into their backstories, and that's when all the cool fighting starts to happen. That's what really makes it good. All those awesome battle scenes. That actually sounds pretty cool. Ha, just you wait. We read on for a few minutes. Yeah, so I think this feeds into Yuri's comment in the during the argument about Natsuko trying to appear masculine, like emphasizing interest in the fight scenes over the characterization. But anyway, you see this kind of stuff. Okay, as long as you know your limits, Marcy. Moving right along. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. I glance over and jump a little. Nice. Natsuko is staring right at my face. You need something? Nope. Just watching you read. That's not boring for you? Not at all. Not every day I get to share my manga and comics with others. Having fun here. Well, I can see where you're coming from. I get really happy when I can convince my friends to play a video game with me. That must be nice. Being able to get your friends to experience something you're passionate about. Just a damn EQ boy, yeah. You don't share comics and manga with your friends? I wish. Most people grow out of comics and manga by a certain age, so everyone just thinks I'm immature for being into it. Pisses me off. I know people like that. It takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less who are into it, too. But I gotta ask, there's that comma after the word but again. Anyway, moving on. If you're so worried about being judged by your friends, why keep this collection in the club room? You'd think something as valuable as a comic collection would be kept at home anyway. Yeah, right. Can't keep my collection in my room. I don't even know what my mom would do if she found out I have them. I furrow my brows a little. His mom must really hate manga. It's safe here in the club room. Except when Mateo is being an arrogant jerk about it. Sometimes I want to punch him in the face. Ditto on that. But hey, at least you get to share your comics with me. And you can rest assured I won't judge. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Tremusa. After all, we comic book reading, video game playing losers need to stick together, right? Loser? Hey, speak for yourself. Jeez. We gonna keep reading or what? Hey, yeah. Flip the page. Natsuko suddenly burst out laughing, right in my ear. Kinda startles me. I totally forgot that happens. He leans over and points to a panel. Moji's my favorite character. He's a comic relief, but you always kind of feel bad laughing at him because of how unlucky he is. It gets especially bad when... maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. Sorry, incidentally... Sorry, getting in proofreading mode here, I would have put a comma after the word relief. He's a comic relief, but you always feel kind of bad because there's a natural pause there. I'm just making proofreading notes as I go, just in case Roach is watching and needs them for the director's cut. Saves time, maybe. I don't know. Mercy, I went to bed at 6, woke up went back at 8:20 and woke up at 4:10 a.m. Yeah, that's relatable. My sleep schedule's pretty messed up as well. It's probably not a good thing, but anyway, I'm moving right along. Just keep reading. You'll see. Natsuko's voice sparkles with excitement, but he explains everything in a surprisingly slow and detailed manner. It's a stark contrast from his usual fast-talking, flippant behavior, but if there's a comma after the but again. But if he's not used to sharing his comics with friends, then I can understand his eagerness. It's hard to put into words the feeling you get when you connect with someone like that. I'm more than happy to indulge in like this, though. Comma after this. Seeing him happy makes me smile to himself. Alright guys, Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh come on, are you serious? You have the worst timing. Well, sorry to break up your little lovin' over there, but I need to make sure we have enough time. Lovin'? Saying so close to Natsuki wasn't bothering me before, but... comment after butt again. Take it out. Anyway, having Mateo pointed out so bluntly makes it feel a little embarrassing. I hastily jump to my feet. Natsuki growls at Mateo as he slowly rises, gripping the book tightly. Alright, I guess we'll stop there for now. Natsuki suddenly thrusts the book at me. Hey, and Sandra's here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Natsuki suddenly thrusts the book at me. Huh? What, you think we're just gonna stop in the middle? Don't you want to know what happens? Well, yeah, but just take it home with you and finish reading it tonight. You're okay with that? I say that mostly because I really don't want to spend my spare time reading this. Of course I am. I trust you won't destroy it. Please don't, by the way. Besides, it would take forever to read if you didn't take it home. Just finish it tonight so we can start the next one tomorrow. And I cannot stress this enough. Don't destroy it. By tomorrow? Alright. Yeah, Natsuki wrote. Yeah. I figure, you know, we just went through the Yuri route, we'll go through the Natsuki route and then Satori. And a very rude cat is here. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Well, looks like I'm stuck reading this. It'll cost me a few hours of game time, but I suppose it's a necessary sacrifice to make in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. I stand up and return to where I left my stuff. I slip the book into my bag. By the way, Termisa, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do this. Okay, I think this is going to be the same. You did? Huh, I'm surprised. So then, finally, yeah, this is the same text as the first time around. I expect this is probably going to be the same. Satori might have. Okay, okay. This isn't saying bad. It's bad this time. This is a good poem to me. Is this really your first time? Of course it is. You know I don't write poetry in my spare time, and that's true. That just makes it even more impressive. I mean, we both know why you decided to join, but it seems like you're really putting an effort into writing, and I appreciate that. It's true that I initially joined this club in the hopes of getting to know the others. Oh, there's activity in the chat here. Just change this amount of it. Got you on the. Got the background I work on my mod sequel. Oh, cool. Oh, neat. I didn't realize you were working on a sequel, like a sequel to Our Castle Walls, Zira? That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to hear about it if you'd like to share. Okay, anyway, moving right along. But there's that comment after the but again. Yeah, the Roche does that a lot, and yeah, commas don't belong there. Anyway, moving on. But I'd be lying if I said Satori had nothing to do with it. This club doesn't mean a lot to him after all. Well, I may not be that into it yet, but I'm still gonna try. Don't want to let any of you down. Aw, even Mateo? Mateo can go Termisa. Yeah, Mateo too. Good. And don't worry, I'll keep my word to help you impress whoever you're interested in. It'll be my way of thanking you. I'm gonna hold you to that. Deal. Anyway, want to read my poem now? I'm not very good at this. I'll be the judge of that. And it's the same poem as the first time around. And it posted about recently in Artist Studios and Melts. Okay, okay. Huh, neat. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a sequel coming. I do remember you mentioning another project you're working on, but I'm a little curious where you'd go with the sequel to Our Castle Walls, but it's cool. Anyway, yeah. So this is the same thing as the first time around. So I'm just going to skip through this. And just the skip button, in fact. And now Natsuko should be different this time. What's with this? What do you mean? And don't play dumb now. This wasn't written by an amateur. You either snag us online or Satori brought in a ringer. Oh, look, I wrote this myself. What? Oh, hey. Newcomer to the stream, Vasky. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing fine, thanks. Just playing a Genderbend mod for DDLC and trying the Natsuki route. See where this goes. Alright, moving right along. Look, I wrote this myself, and it's my first time writing a poem. Take it for what it's worth. I have no reason to lie about this. In fact, remember how I said I was interested in your poems? That's what I had in mind when I wrote this. Could have been doing other things, you know. Unbelieving, Natsuki looks over my poem again. He stares at me with a suspicious expression. Alright, then. Beginner's luck. Let's see if you can do it again tomorrow. You seem upset that I'm accidentally good at this? I just wanted to help you feel comfortable sharing your poems. Well, thanks, Tremusa. But I think I would have felt more comfortable sharing if yours was really bad. There's a comma after the but again. Should I stop pointing those out? I'm just doing it for Roach's benefit if she's watching. Although I probably just do a search for but comma in your script and just take out all those commas. It's I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It's just I just generally feel like in things like visual novels like this, which are likely going to be read out loud, like online in YouTube or Twitch videos, like what I'm doing right now. It's important to have the text that flows well. Proper punctuation helps with readability when someone is like doing a cold reading, like reading for the first time out loud, like I'm doing here. Having a comma where there isn't a pause, I don't know. For me, it makes my brain stumble, and when I'm trying to read it, and I just generally feel like it helps. It just helps the flow of reading it loud. Anyway, I'll stop commenting on those. I'm just gonna move on. I was expecting you to show me something pathetic so I could say, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real writing looks like. And instead, you went and wrote something really good, so now I'm self-conscious about my poem. Well, I'm glad to hear you liked it, but I don't want you to feel bad about your writing as a result. I don't feel bad per se. Oh, great. Per se is spelled... is P-E-R space S-E. It's a I think it comes from Latin. I don't know. It's not an English expression anyway. Bioshock seems cool to me. Okay. Actually, after the empty screens, I have played Bioshock before. Game I wouldn't mind playing is Bioshock Infinite. I actually bought that ages ago and never got around to playing it. Maybe that's something I could put up recordings of sometime. I just started another game yesterday. I played Carry On, which is a reverse horror game. That's what it's called. Because you're playing as the monster as it terrorizes the humans. I age restricted it. I wasn't sure if it should be age restricted. So I mean, depending on your YouTube settings, you might not be able to see the video. I was kind of on the fence about age. Like, on the one hand, it's like rather cartoonish violence, but on the other hand, it's very bloody, and there are like terrorized screams of people as they're being ripped apart by the monster, and it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of jaded. I'm not fazed by that kind of horror, but I don't know. Anyways, going on a random tangent here. Consider starting the very first Star Ocean games as I managed to get the English patch for it. Okay. I'm not familiar with that at all. Is that like a visual novel or what? Anyway. Yeah, per se. P-R space S-E. It's 2 words. Anyway, moving right along. I just want my poem to... well, never mind. I should just show it to you. Might as well. Material will make you if you don't. In Cars Race, it's the same thing as before. Impressive, right? Sergeant is a JRPG. Oh, okay. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, I know you'd love it. Yeah, okay. This is the same. It should be the same text as before. Yeah, so let's just auto this. And then Yuri, and oops, this is still an auto. Yuri should be different because he's gonna hate the poem this time around. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for him to finish reading. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not ignoring you. It's fine. Take your time. Don't force yourself. I keep forgetting that the big guy is jumpy. I need some time to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. All right. This is your first time writing a poem. Yeah, it is. It shows, right? Yes, I'm afraid it does. So it's that bad, huh? No, it's not bad. It's just... Oh yeah, speak. Sorry. Proofreading mode again. I'd put a comma after bad. Anyway, it's not bad. It's just... Yuri furrows his brow and bites down on his thumb deep in thought once again. It's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Yuri sure likes to really think things through before he speaks. Huh. Maybe I could learn something from that. Yeah. Alright. So, there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I've learned how to pick up on them. See, new writers try to make their style more deliberate, often picking a subject matter different from the style, and then just form-fitting them together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds his train of thought, his demeanor does a complete 180. His stammering disappears, and he sounds more like a teacher than a student. Now, this is not something you can be blamed for, of course. There are many techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem, not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. All of this comes with practice, learning from example, and trying new things. It also helps that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, I suppose you'll see what I mean, eventually. Alright, that was weird. Wonder what he has against Natsuko. Okay, and then the rest of this is the same. Here's Thirst again. Oh, Marcy! Oh, I'm so sorry. Your puppies? What, puppies plural? Died 2 days ago? How many puppies are we talking about? That's sad. Moving along, this is... Yes, this is just the same 2 puppies. I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. Yeah, this is the same thing. This is the same thing as the first time around, I think. And then there's Mateo. So much Termisa, having fun so far? Yeah, absolutely. I suppose that's good, Ben. By the way, since you're new and all, okay, this is the same. Remember, I'm always listening. There's the. That's Termisa, your handwriting is so atrocious. It's hardly legible. Here you go. From the small assembly of letters, I can actually decipher his words. It sounds like the childish dribble Natsuko writes. Not that he's a particularly bad writer, I'm just not fond of that style. It's very Shel Silverstein. Ha! It's interesting. Brought that back. Yeah, in the original game, DDLC, Monica references Shel Silverstein, he's a poet who he wrote the book Where the Sidewalk Ends, among others, I think. I mean, that's the book I remember him from, because I remember that's a book that I read when I was a kid. So it's a book of poems. It's a good book. Interesting thing is that in DDLC Plus, the Shel Silverstein reference was cut out. I'm not sure why Dan Salvato did that. I kind of wonder if there was he didn't, if he like decided he didn't want to have any specific references in there or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. I had to decrease both of them. Yeah, I hope that gives you some kind of closure there, Marcy. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, she also seemed good. Good poet. Does some nice like children's poems. It's cool. Moving right along. Who's she? He is famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they're only a few lines long. They feel like they're written for little kids, but they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. So you're saying Natsu writes like that? Oh, by the way, random side note. Notice that Mateo has his sleeves rolled up. That's one of the things that Roach mentioned to me. That's a deliberate choice, because of his suicide scene later. So you can see what he did to himself. Anyway, just thought I'd draw attention to that. Moving right along. Exactly. I hope to see your style evolve into something more, though. You're not a lost cause just yet. I definitely plan on trying different things. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this, but rest assured, I am not a lost cause. Good to hear. I want to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you, after all. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. I mean, it's not like you have to worry about impressing them. Anyway, are you ready to read my poem now? And then there's it's the same thing from the first time around. You just auto this. Talking about the epiphany. Offering his writing tip of the day. And then there's the argument that's going to happen. I expect the argument's gonna. It's the same as the first time around. Because I know that, I mean, as much as Roach works to mix things up, I get the feeling that overall. It does follow the same overall structure as the original game. Anyway, moving on. Okay, alright, let's go Natsuki this time. Yuri, you're insanely talented, but Natsu does have a point. I think conveying feelings with a few words can be just as impressive. Lets the reader's imagination take over. Natsu's poem did a really good job at that. Natsuko beams proudly. And Natsu, what all of us talked about yesterday, it's true. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can be hard. We all learned that today. Even a small amount of criticism can lead to a pretty heated debate. I see Satori nodding approvingly from the corner of my vision. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened, Natsu. You're a great writer. Natsuko blushes and smiles gently to himself. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for him as well. Yuri, I'm sure Natsuko didn't mean the things he said. You're an amazing writer too, so you don't need to feel threatened either. If you say so. Termina's don't apologize for me. I'm man enough to do that myself. Natsuko looks at Yuri. That thing I said about you, stuffing your pants. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know exactly if it's true or not, but I'm sorry I said it. That said, Natsuko crosses arms and looks away stubbornly. I sigh. Well, that apology could have been more sincere. Satori playfully nudges Yuri. Hey, I pee with Yuri. Trust me. Really, Satori? Every inch he's packing is 100% natural? Really? Really? Really, Satori? My gaze instantly shifts back to Yuri's crotch. This time he notices both of our faces turn bright red. Oh, go make some tea. Yuri hurries off. Satori smiles proudly at me. I helped. My glare meets his dumb grin. That's where you decide to jump in? I needed your help like 5 minutes ago. You just stood there smiling like an idiot while I broke up the fight. What the hell kind of vice president are you? Realizing his mistake, Satori blushes and looks away embarrassingly. I'm sorry, I didn't think... And you! I turn towards Mateo, who's standing off to the side watching. Where were you during that little fiasco? Watching from the sidelines while I did your job? Mateo glares at me for a moment. Then to my surprise, he averts his gaze and drops the scowl. I suppose you might have a point. Replacing the big and beautiful NC I said in the video game. Yeah. But, yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, it's the big and beautiful line is already kind of funny, but somehow, somehow it's even funnier coming out of Satori. Anyway, and this is from the context of knowing how this plays out and what Mateo's intentions are. It's interesting his reaction to being taken down a peg by MC here. Yeah, sorry, just getting distracted by Mercy's comment there again. Yeah, it's sad. Anyway, let's move on. I think this is gonna be. So this is the same thing again. Just out of that for a bit. This is the same as the first time around. Oh wait, there's a comment about Nat there. Or if you like Nat, stick with simple whimsical poems. Okay, I think that's the only difference there. All right, girl. Yeah. Anger. Milk. Marshmallow. Dog. Oh, sorry. Summer? Okay. Moon? Oh, okay. Vanilla. Skirt. Pout? Yeah. Email. Pink. Jump? Kiss? Yeah. Cute. Headphones. Lollipop. Climb. Hair. Bat. Sticky. There you go. 19 out of 20. Natsuki word's not too shabby. And again, I think this is going to start. This is the two of them stayed up too late playing video games, and this is where they're gonna MC volunteers the idea of robbing Yuri, and then they descend on him to eat his donuts. Which is just kind of a funny and adorable scene, except for the fact that it's. I don't know. It starts out kind of adorable, but then it does kind of come across as a bit of bullying, because they are kind of robbing him there. Which is a bit uncomfortable, but. Oh well. Colonoscopy line. Yeah. Incidentally, I'm just going to draw attention to the fact, not all of the butts have commas after them. There's the the ones that I got to, probably. Anyway, she was saying he'd play guitar. His version of nice, yeah, it's a good line. And then we're back into Natsuki territory again. So here we are. Hey, did you finish that manga last night? What manga? What do you mean, what manga? The manga we read together yesterday that I gave you to take home and finish. I shrugged. No idea what you're talking about. Color drains from Natsuko's face. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You took it home with you to read last night. Now where is it? Oh, that manga. Right. I accidentally dropped it in the toilet. You can have it back, but it's kind of gross. Yeah. Are you serious? Unable to keep this up any longer, I finally break and start laughing. Chill out. I'm only joking. Natsuko gives a massive sigh when I pull the manga volume out of my bag unharmed. I smirk. Whoa, time for us to hang 10, bruh. Look like that wave of relief is back. Ha! Well played. Oh, shut up, you troll. You almost gave me a heart attack. Hey, that was a good one, you know it. Admit it. Fine, fine. It was a little funny. Now, give it back. He snatches it from me and promptly begins to inspect it. He gives another sigh when he discovers it is in the same condition that it was when he gave it to me. Still in one piece. Not careless, you know. I'm just making sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't just give people my comics every day. Anyway, let's put this one back and grab the next one. Natsuki and I head to the closet. Bruh, use 2022. Funny. I'm excited for you to tell me what you think so far. Where did this poem leave off again? I forgot. Right, so left off when Moki and Aki found... Son of a... Matteo, did you move my stuff again? Natsuko's voice resonates out of the closet. I peer inside. All of Natsuko's books are lined up on the top shelf. I had to. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in the closet. So I cleaned up a bit and moved some stuff around. Ah, I see. And what part of your brain decided to take the shortest guy's stuff and put it on the freaking top shelf? Oh, stop whining. All of your crap is still there. Just get it. Ah. I look up. The top shelf is far above Natsuko's head. Honestly, how does Matteo expect him to be able to reach? I watch as Natsuko makes a futile hop trying to figure out how to reach it. He finally turns to me. Will you please help me get these back down? There's plenty of room on these shelves. Sure. There's a stool on the wall there. We can use that. There's a collapsible stool hanging on the wall in the closet. Perfect. I'll reach up there and pull them down. Then I'll hand them to you and you can put them on this lower shelf. Wouldn't it be easier if I reach up there and hand them to you? Nah, that's okay. I can do it. Natsuko takes a stool from the wall and unfolds it. He hops on. It's wobbly due to its collapsible design. I watch anxiously. I'm not much taller than him, but I can definitely reach the boxes more easily. Standing on the stool, Natsuko's fingertips reach the top shelf. He uses his fingers to scoop one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. The box suddenly tips. I barely catch it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing his balance, Natsuko jumps down. Thankfully, he was able to stay on his feet. Having almost fell, he's clearly a bit shaken. I slide the box on the lower shelf and turn to him. You alright? Yeah. So, you know that idea you had a few minutes ago that was perfect and actually made sense? Maybe we should just go with that. Reach the bigger boxes for me. Pretty please? Aw, why does he have to be so cute and innocent looking? Well, he said please. I smile and nod. Of course, but I'm not standing on that stool. I don't trust it. I'm using a chair instead. But all the chairs in here have desks attached to them. You won't be able to fit one of those in the closet. Good point. Let's see. I scan the classroom. Aha! I spot a computer chair behind the teacher's desk. I roll it on its wheels back to the closet. Ah, is that safe? It swells and rolls. You're gonna get hurt. Not if you hold it steady. Come here. Natsuko comes over and grabs the back part of the chair, bracing it with his body weight. I climb up on the seat and slowly stand, trying to keep my balance. The chair only moves once under my weight, but Natsuko steadies it instantly. I gotcha. Great. We'll be able to do this in no time. Yeah. I reach up and grab the first box of comics. Okay, so this is the background from the original, I believe. It's not very heavy, so I'm able to bend down and slide it onto the lower shelf. I wrap my arms around the bigger box. Whoa, this one is very heavy. Oof. Hey, Natsu, this box weighs a ton. I won't be able to bend down to that shelf without falling. Here, try to take it. I bend down as far as my strength will allow. But I don't feel Natsuko taking the weight of the box. Hurry up, man, this stuff's heavy. My arms start shaking. The only thing I get from Natsuko is a weird sounding grunt. 8:29 for, yes, it is 8:29 for me, Marcy. We're sending grunt. What the hell is he even doing? Hey, Natsu. Nice. Hey, new perspective shot there. That's cool. I turn my head around in a bit and look down. I see Natsuko, eyes wide, cheeks red, and mouth agape, looking right at my skirt. Uh-oh. You know, a comment about reversal of roles. Yeah, crap. I forgot I was still in school uniform, and while I usually keep my blazer tied around my waist as a shield, it must have come untied at some point because I suddenly feel very exposed. There's no doubt he can see everything. Oh no. I'd have never asked him to do this if I remembered just what the hell I was wearing. Hey, what do you think you're doing down there? Stop it. Finally snapping out of it, Natsuko suddenly realized what he's just been caught doing. I'm sorry, I won't look. Natsuko turns away, covers his face with both hands, letting go of the chair. He instantly starts to swivel and roll. Yeah, Natsuko, grab the chair. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to look. Dude, just grab the chair. I'm sorry. I want to help. He must have uncovered his eye for a split second because I hear him exclaim again. Oh God, I'm sorry. I looked again. I looked again. I don't care anymore. Just grab the chair. I'm trying. I briefly noticed Natsuko blindly grabbing at the air around the chair. He can't bring himself to open his eyes long enough to stop it from moving. Yeah, Teresa, I got you. Chair finally rolls out from under me. Frantically, Natsuko tries to catch me. The box topples out of my hands and the books go flying. The full force of my body. That was a different sound effect. The full force of my body throws Natsuko to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt us in the face and head. I try to shield the back of my head with my hands. My body definitely felt that one. I slowly come to my senses. I sit up, pressing my arm down into what I think at first to be the floor beneath me. I hear an exasperated grunt. I look down to realize it's not the floor I'm sitting on. I glare at Natsuko momentarily before grabbing by the lapels of his blazer and jerking his upper half up off the ground. He looks nervously into my eyes, his face still blazing red. Natsu, when I tell you to grab the chair, you grab the frickin' chair. I shake him back and forth with each syllable. I'm sorry. He manages to whine pathetically between each shake. I release my grip, dropping him back on the floor. Then I pound my fist into his chest. Ugh. And that's for being a pervert. I place both hands on his chest and press my body weight against them, hoisting myself up. Natsuko gives another groan as I step on him. As I step on him on my way to the nearest desk. Oof. FMC being a little vindictive. Where I drop myself in the seat. Everything alright over here? I thought I heard something. Everything is peachy keen. I practically scream the last part in rage. I stand up from the desk even though my legs are now as wobbly as that stool. Next time the teacher asks you to clean the closet, leave Natsu's stuff in the middle shelf from now on, unless it's your desire to kill off your club members one by one. Yeah, and is this foreshadowing? Anyway, moving on. Geez, you sure do like to exaggerate things. Don't you, Tormisa? Spoken like someone who didn't see me plummet face first to the floor. Mateo leans over and inspects my face very closely. Well, you certainly don't look like you've damaged that pretty little face of yours, so why worry? I blush intensely as Mateo gives an amused chuckle before returning to the front of the room. The compliment catches me so off guard that I forget to mention Natsuko's little stunt. I look down at him. He's still laying on his back on the floor, staring forlornly at the ceiling. I gingerly approach him and kneel down. He turns his head the other way. Thanks. For not telling Mateo, I mean. I really am sorry, you know. Yeah, well, you're lucky I didn't say anything. Even though it was kind of my fault. But if you're trying to pull that crap again, Natsuko's face suddenly becomes indescribably sad. My eyes travel in the direction he's looking at, and it immediately becomes clear why. Oh no! I quickly reach over and pick up one of the books that's scattered on the floor. There's a long diagonal crease on one of the pages. I desperately try to smooth it out. Crap, I must have landed on the page. I try a bit more to fix the crease, but I can't get it out. Suddenly, Natsuki reaches over and takes my wrist gently. Hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. His voice is calm and quiet. It somehow sounds deeper than usual. But it's your childhood. He chuckles sadly and looks down. Yeah, well, I never said it was the best childhood. He seems so distant all of a sudden. Natsu, this isn't about the manga, is it? Still on the floor, he curls up on his side and turns away from me completely. Anything I could do to help? Natsuki shakes his head. Do you want to talk about it? Every day, it's just the same thing. I just want to come to the club and I just want to be... He falls silent. I stare helplessly. Whatever anger I was feeling regarding his little peep show has dissipated. I want to talk to him about whatever problems he may be having, but I can't very well pry if he's not ready to open up. I decided to do the only thing I can right now. Well, I'll get these comics and manga organized and moved for you. He grabbed volume 2 of Captain Kid and set it aside. Except this one. We'll get started on it as soon as I'm done. Maybe that'll help make your day a little better. I start collecting the books and putting them with their respective sets. As I reach for one, Natsuki reaches out and gently takes it first. You're really nice to me. Thank you for that. I'm not used to someone being nice to me. I appreciate it. I have a lot of respect for you. Remember, there's no height limit on being a cool and interesting person. Natsuki smiles sadly. I don't know what might have happened to him today, but helping boost his self-esteem is the least I can do. By the way, random aside, I hope my webcam image is in a good position. I kind of moved it around at the end of the last stream, and I had to kind of guess where to put it. Also, mic levels, I hope those are okay too. I was fiddling with them earlier. So I don't know. Let me know if I need to change anything. Moving right along. The next couple of minutes are quiet as we begin to gather the scattered books. It's blurry? Is it blurry? Yeah, again, it looks okay on my end. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. We place them in the correct order. We hoist the box together and set it on a shelf Natsuki can comfortably reach. I get up the courage to stand on the wobbly stool and get the rest of the boxes down. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. And thanks again, Termiza. Anytime. Natsuki's holding the volume I set aside. Shall we? He smiles a little. Looks like he's starting to cheer up already. Alright, I'm ready. Sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood continues to improve as he laughs and points things out to me. He's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed with how well everything ties up in the story, despite Natsuki saying the story doesn't hold up. Guess he has good taste after all. After some time, Mateo gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. And hey, you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it. I knew you would. I turned to my seat and put the book in my bag. Oh, what's this? This is different. Where's Mateo? I think he said he was going to the bathroom. Oh, well, might as well start sharing poems. Wait, what? What was that? That was different. I'm confused, because didn't it just say Mateo called out to... After some time, Mateo gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. And then he immediately goes to the bathroom? I'm a little confused. Okay, whatever. Oh, I like this one, Termiza. It has some nice feelings in it. That's good to hear. It's better than yesterday's. I don't know. I forgot what yesterday's about. Yeah, this is the same. This is the same as the first time around. So let's just. It went to some man named Enos. Please don't finish that. Yeah, I remember that. A little rage thrown in for balance. Yeah. This is just foreshadowing his Satori's anger issues. What happens if the cookie jar is empty? That's this is a sweet little metaphor here. And again, I like the dynamic between Femsi and Satori compared to the original between the original MC and Sayori. And hey, welcome Michaela, welcome to the stream. We can skip scene dialogue by pressing skip button. Yeah, I know. I'm just like I'm hesitating to push skip because I don't want to accidentally skip over some new material because I'm not 100% sure where the new material is. So yeah, what's this about Mateo not being here? Oh hey. I just brought up the game files, and interestingly, there are 5 character files here. There's Mateo, Natsuko, Satori, Yuri, and Femsi. I'm feeling all unseen dialogue won't be skipped. Is that true though? Like, okay, I turned on skip unseen text. Whoop. It still let me skip it though. I don't remember this thing about Mateo disappearing the first time around. Where's Mateo? I think he said he was going to the bathroom. Oh well, might as well start sharing poems. Who should I start sharing poems? Why did it? Okay, I'm not sure why it did that at all. I certainly don't know why it did it twice. That feels like a bug. Remember some of the previous playthrough, what you've seen. Okay. I wasn't sure if it did that. I mean, it makes sense because I didn't clear the persistent data manually. I just I let it do its own thing there. Anyway, okay, let's go with Natsuko. Natsuko reads my poem. He keeps looking at me, then back at the poem. Yeah, okay, so what happens if I... Okay, so now the skip button is grayed out. Sorry, I accidentally skipped over some stuff. Natsuko reads my poem. He keeps looking at me, then back at the poem. By now, he must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? Bad? This is actually really good. So much for beginner's luck. Why can't you be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? That depends. Is it working? A little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, maybe I think you're more than just a little charming. Natsuko flushes a bit. And besides, is there a problem with me trying to impress you? You want to impress me? Well, that depends. I bite my lower lip a bit. Is it working? Natsuko's blush intensifies. He clutches my poem tightly. He suddenly releases his grip on my poem, letting it flutter to the ground. I'll be right back. Red-faced, Natsuko scurries out of the room and bumps into Mateo. Is that why Mateo was out of the room? Hey, watch where you're going. Hey, Tremeza, what's going on over here? Natsuko sure left in a hurry. What did you do to him? Do? I didn't do anything. Are you sure you didn't do anything terrible? What? What are you talking about? What do you think I could have possibly done to him? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I just wanted to make sure you didn't do anything bad. Bad? Are you? You know what? Yeah. Yes, you caught me. I admit it. I couldn't keep my hands off him. Better turn me into the authorities. No telling who my next victim will be. Mateo chuckles a bit. You know, they say sarcasm is a sign of a weak mind. Well, tell me who they are and I'll molest them too. Mateo laughs again. So touchy. Pun not intended. Tell me, am I safe in your presence, or do you simply not have control over your own hands? Eyes widen when I spot my poem near Matteo's feet. The last thing I need is for him to read it, especially right now. Try to think of something fast. No control whatsoever. In fact, you should probably go away before it's too late. My stomach nods up. He must have seen me briefly look down at the poem. Much to my embarrassment, Matteo indeed spots the poem on the floor and snatches it up. He reads through it, a smug grin creeping across his face. How sweet. Wrote this for Natsuko, did you? Perhaps I should call the authorities after all. Hey, he's of age. I mean, no, this is just fantastic. Of all the things I could have said. Matteo just looks at me with a pretentious grin of his. Well, well, well. Looks like someone's got a thing for strawberry shortcake. Oh, wow. Are we talking about the actual cake or the cartoon character? Strawberry shortcake, that's going back. Moving right along, something about his mocking tone makes me feel bad about it for some reason. Turn away, my cheeks blazing. So, how do you think the little fella feels about you? Oh, don't bother answering, it's just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuko stomps over and grabs the poem from Matteo's hands. Funny, I didn't even notice him re-enter the classroom. You got a bad habit of touching things and reading things that don't belong to you, you know that? And what, pray tell, did I read that belongs to you, Natsuko? This is a literature club, remember? We all read each other's poems. Well, Natsuko freezes. Apparently forgot my poem was for everyone to read. I can't let Matteo humiliate him like that. Technically, I gave him the poem to keep. It's a cute name for him, yeah. Strawberry shortcake, hey. Anyway, I gave him the poem to keep, so it does belong to him. Is that so? He looks just as surprised as Natsuko does. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let everyone else read it first, of course, but afterward he's taking it home. I see. How sweet. Thanks, Termisa. I'm really happy you're letting me keep this. You can keep mine too if you want. And there's Trevor Likes Dolls. So I think this is the, yeah, this is the same poem that we saw in Act 2 the first time around. DDSR moment? I'm trying to think what that stands for. Yeah, I've got nothing. What does DDSR stand for? Anyway, yeah, this is the same as before, so we're just going to skip past that. Not bad, right? I read the poem a couple times knowing to myself, I think I get it. The message in this poem is don't be a jerk and judge someone for their weird hobbies. Am I right? What? No. Are you serious? Geez, and I thought I made the message pretty straightforward too. I really need to explain it. Huh? So Trevor and his dolls aren't an analogy for you and your comic books? Natsuko. Oh, okay. But then what does the R stand for? Natsuko merely smirks and rolls his eyes at me. Gosh, you're such a dummy sometimes. My face burns with embarrassment. Well, I thought you were using a simple analogy to tackle complicated issues. I did, but you missed the point entirely. The R says Rue, okay. Alright, let me explain. See, sometimes we come across people that annoy the hell out of us. They could be the sweetest person in the world, be talented, super smart, whatever, right? But, like, no matter how cool that person may be, there's just something about them that rubs us the wrong way. The subject of the poem literally has no reason to hate Trevor. They don't even know why they hate him. They're just annoyed by everything he does. We know why the subject hates Trevor is because they're jealous of him, and jealousy makes people do some pretty immature things. Don't you see? The subject doesn't really care that Trevor plays with dolls. They're just trying to find something, anything to nitpick about him in order to try and justify their contempt. Okay. The message here is, yes, you'll get annoyed with perfectly harmless people, but instead of trying to feel your hatred by finding the one thing wrong with the person who annoys you, you need to focus more on people's good qualities in order to get yourself out of that mindset born of envy. I mean, you can't just hate someone because they happen to be good at things you're not good at, right? A little taken back by Natsuko's message. It's a lot deeper than I thought, but After giving the poem one more look, I finally catch on. Oh, I see. So, you're the subject of the poem, and Yuri is a Trevor metaphor? Oh, hey. We're decided to be a little on the nose now, have we? I was just about to comment on that if that was the intention. Yeah, well, that's not... Whatever, it can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy for anyone to relate to. Well, if you really think about it, it can be also interpreted as not judging people for their weird hobbies or guilty pleasures, like collecting dolls or comic books. I muttered that last part to myself. There's really nothing to interpret. I already told you exactly what it's about. Well, yesterday Yuri taught me that writing can be interpreted in any way the reader likes, even if there is a straightforward message. Oh, Yuri's an idiot. What does he know? Yeah, I don't know about that. Moving along. Just because he uses complicated words doesn't mean he's a literary genius. I knew it. He is the Trevor metaphor. I smile as I hand Natsuko's poem. You can learn from your own messages, Natsu. In any case, I can definitely relate to both messages in this poem, and I'm sure everyone else can too. It makes me feel better. I really like this poem more than yesterday's. I like the sass and flow of it. You did a very good job with this one. I figured you'd like it. My writing always has good messages to take away. My poems don't just make you feel emotions, it helps you learn what those emotions are in a simple and fun way. Remember that. Tomorrow's poem is going to be even better, so look forward to it. And then there's Yuri, and he's going to hate my poem this time, so... Are you still upset with me? Upset? Upset over what? For disrespecting Natsuko yesterday. Because, reading this poem, I understand why you became insulted. Eh? I wasn't insulted. It's because you have the same writing style as him. You prefer his style. Well, I was just... When I disrespected him, I disrespected you too. Please forgive my terrible rudeness. Hey, Guy, I think you're reading too much into this. I never thought you would be... A gentleman knows when to allow a lady to have her space. Well, geez. Does a gentleman know when to allow a lady to finish a damn sentence? Please, do not feel forced to be around me unless it's what you wish. But I can see that's not the case. I really... No need to express any concern. I always have my books. Yuri bows politely and returns to his desk. And Serena, I'll congrats on 347. Oh, I'm up to 340 now? That's cool. Yuri bows politely and returns to his desk. Well, crap. He didn't even give me a chance to explain. I like Yuri, but he seems to be incapable of listening to anyone when his mind has already been made a decision. I sigh to myself. Which, funnily enough, is the same sort of thing that Natsuko is talking about. Coming to a decision first and then rationalizing it afterward. Anyway, I sigh to myself. I guess I have to accept that this is just the way he is, regardless of how frustrating it is. He clearly wants to be left alone now, so I'll acquiesce to his wishes. Acquiesce. And then Mateo. Hi again, Teresa. So, well, let me skip this? Yeah, okay, I guess this is new stuff. I see you managed to tear yourself away from Natsuko for a few moments. Glad to see you two are getting along so well. Anyway, since we've already gotten your poem out of the way, feel free to read mine. I personally like the way it turned out. I'm sure you will too. Yeah, right. And there's Play Me and Quit Me. That's the same poem as the first time around, I think. Seems to be the same. What the? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Are you not a fan of that style? Oh, I do like it. I've just never really seen anything like it before. I'm deliberately clicking over where the skip button is, just in case, if what Gal said is true, that it remembers what came before. I guess you can say it's very unique. Thank you. I do like standing out in the crowd. It's no different when it comes to my writing. Is this one also about your epiphany? Well, sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Isn't it? Isn't interpretation up to the... Wait a second. Didn't you just tell Natsuko that that's what Yuri... Never mind. Don't forget to save your game. What? This is the same... This is the same as the first time around, but the skip button isn't available. Here's the talking about preparing for the festival. So yes, this is identical. This is identical, but it's not letting me skip. So sorry, Gail, it turns out your advice doesn't pan out. So I'm just gonna hit the auto button. This is the bit where Tio goes on about having a poetry performance for the festival, and then Femseed pulls out Fox and Socks. Yeah, and the skip button is still grayed out. So I mean, it's a neat idea, and if it let you skip the stuff from the first time around, it shouldn't be that hard to implement, I would think. But yeah, it's not. That feature doesn't seem to actually be here. And they're got another choice. It's asking, oh yeah, I had to kind of skip over that. Saying, let's just say that one day Natsuko asked to walk home with you. What would you do? Where'd that come from? Maybe use a different label if you go for Natsu or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that whole thing about Mateo stepping out to the bathroom, it seems to be specific to the Natsuko route, so that Mateo can run into Natsuko on his way back in. But other than that, like everything seemed to be the same. Anyway, welcome with Natsuko. Manga with Natsu, huh? Why does the mere thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, it sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, and he is cute. He's pretty fun to be around, isn't he? Yes, very much so. Did you want to crack at him first? Jeez, you know that's not what I meant. I mean, why even speculate about something that's never going to happen? Eh? What do you mean? Wasn't that our goal from day one? You pick your favorite member, I help you win him over. Remember? Well, yeah. And stop worrying. We'll get him to start walking home. It'll only be a matter of time until what? You know, until you won't need me anymore? Need you? Sorry, that wasn't part of the plan. You're just trying to hook me up with one of your friends. They're not meant to be a replacement for you. This is the same thing as the first time around. Yeah, a different label for your Natsu art. You know, it could be. See you, Marcy. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, like it could be that I somehow messed up the code because I played the demo before playing the full thing, and it just kind of threw everything off. Because one thing that stands out this time around is the character files are there. Like this time around, it cleared out all the original girls' character files. You know, Sayori, Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri. like those were all there the first time around. This time around, those are cleared out, and it's just Mateo, Natsuko, Satori, and Yuri. And there's a FemC character file as well. That FemC character file wasn't there the first time around. Like it got added at the very end. And I have a feeling that maybe the fact that I played the demo before it broke something in Roach's intentions, which is, you know, an extra reason to have it have a different save directory than the demo. That's something it's programmed in the options.rpy file, but whatever. Anyway, moving right along. Let's just go for Natsuko again. So skateboard, I guess. Giggle, cute, marshmallow. Play. That's probably a Satori word. Vacation might be Natsuko. Why did the game just stutter there? I think that might have been Satori. Oh well. Anyway, parfait. Twirl. Pout. I think these are all either. Well, I'll throw a Yuri word in there just for the heck of it. Pink. Milk. Misery. Fun? Yeah, Satori again. Sugar. Swimsuit. Mouse. And race car? There you go. Okay, yeah, the character's not cleaning up is because of the demo. That's supposed to happen once you get the beginning warning. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would expect. Shoe? Okay. Email. I hear the every time I see the word email, I get the Homestar Runner voice in my head. Ribbon. Doki Doki. Well, and I thought Mateo was late. Yes, but at least I was practicing guitar. Where have you been, Termusa? Thought the idea of our festival event may have scared you off. Your reaction is not exaggerated. It was the same thing as before. Yeah, this is Satori having his freak out moment. I'm just gonna put this on auto for a bit. Satori getting all angry, having a fight, and Satori's trying to kick him out. And then Mateo comes to talk to him. And theoretically, after this, Natsuko should come over to talk to her as well. At least, following the game's original programming, that's what would happen next. Although the first time around playing Act 1 where he was doing the Yuri route, Yuri didn't come over to talk, and Roach said that he was supposed to, so I don't know if something broke in the code or what. But since you played the demo, the warning was skipped, exactly, yeah. I don't know how I expected sidling back my chair, but that's the story. What are you gonna do but wait for Mateo? Is Natsuko gonna... Nope, Natsuko didn't come over. I'm gonna drop back to sharing poems again. So, yeah, I mean, if Natsuko is supposed to come over and talk, then, I don't know, Roche needs to look at her code again, I guess. Something funny went on there. Let's save and go with Satori and And yeah, this is all the same, except that he says all that should matter is what Natsuko thinks. He says Natsuko instead of Yuri. Yeah, this is all it's all the same. Let's just skip unseen text. And then go to Natsuko. Let me see. Someone's enthusiastic today. Of course, I know your writing isn't a fluke now. I'm glad you're a fan. I'm willing to admit I was a little jealous at first because you happen to be a good writer. Isn't that a dumb thing to be jealous about? Your natural talent really put me in my place. You're really sweet, Natsu. But I'm pretty sure you're the only one who thinks that I have any talent. Natsuko looks over my poem, a sad smile growing across his face. Well, I guess that means I'm the only one in this club who has any taste. Because, once again, your writing just amazes me. That's a pretty awesome compliment coming from a pro. A pro. Right. He barely mutters that last part. Let's go having some self-doubt here. You do like my poems, don't you, Tremisa? I'm taken aback by the question at first. Natsuko's usual arrogance seems to have given way to the insecurities he's been harboring. Of course I do. But why? Yuri's writing is so much more mature than mine. Satari's writing is always so full of feeling. Mitio, God only knows what his poems are about, but they're still interesting. What's so good about mine? Natsu. What's so good about me? His voice shakes as he shouts that last part. Why are you the only one who takes me seriously? Not just by writing, but everything about me. Everyone else always laughs at me. They make fun of me for liking comics. They make fun of the way my mom makes me keep my hair. Oh, there you go. Yeah, because I made the comment earlier. I made a comment about the show versus tell thing in writing, and how Yuri's comment about Natsuko trying to look masculine seems to be at odds with the fact that he keeps his hair in a ponytail, which I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Like a ponytail doesn't necessarily have to be a girly thing. Like these gender notions are kind of dumb in the first place, in my opinion. I mean, I think people should be able to do whatever they want, regardless of gender or gender expectations. I'm just looking at it through the lens of traditional gender roles. The way he does his hair seems to be at odds with someone who supposedly tries to look masculine. But yeah, this sort of confirms that his mom forces him to do that. This is more into Natsuko's relationship with his mother and why he still retains the accessories that his female counterpart has. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, moving right along. They make fun of me for having a girl's name, and they make fun of me for being a puny little shrimp. I hate it. No one realizes how hard it is for me. And then one day you show up, and you've just been so nice to me. Why would you? Natsuko, I look down. His fists are tightly clenched. He never realized how much everything about himself affected him in his writing. Easy there, you're gonna rip your poem. I gently take it from his hands and place it on a desk. I begin to smooth out the wrinkles. Charmiza, don't. Huh? Don't what? Don't. Be nice to me. Oh, ouch. If you're just doing it because you feel sorry for me, Natsu, don't say that. I'm nice to you because I like you for you. I like your poems, and I like your style. Look, it's true. When I first read your poetry, I didn't think much of it, but now that I know you, I understand it. You're not just some amateur. With no incoming his intended behaviors, I recall correctly, each character only gets 2 scenes, but there are 3 days, so since you appeal to Natsu all 3 days, the 3rd day you get nothing. Okay. Natsuki is a gender fluid name for Viper. Well, Natsuki, I'm told is it's a unisex name. It can be used for either boys or girls, but Natsuko specifically is a girl's name apparently, like in Japan. So I'm told. But yeah, no one coming in 10 favor. I mean, maybe Roach has just forgotten what she programmed in there. Like when she was in chat the other day, she said, "Oh, that's odd. He was supposed to talk to you there." So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll go digging in the code and see if I can figure it out at some point. I'll play through the game first. Yeah, another thing I wanted to comment on that's a difference between this mod and the original is that Femc makes stronger choices than MC did. Like, or at least she tends to. Like, in the original game, MC's largely like he's kind of standoffish about a lot of things. He's very diplomatic. He doesn't commit to anything, and he's constantly hedging all of his opinions. Is like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Or you know, like he tries to be ambiguous about the way he expresses himself, like, oh, I wasn't actually hitting on you. No, I didn't mean to actually show interest in you. Oh, you're misinterpreting. Blah, 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 blah. He's just very evasive and wishy-washy and never commits to anything, basically. But I feel like Femc makes some stronger choices, like just even little things like saying, I like you for you, I like your poems, I like your style. That's already a stronger choice than what the original MC would say in this circumstance. Anyway, moving right along. You're not just some amateur, and I'm sorry if I was one of the people who made you think less of yourself. I get it now. There's so much more to you than meets the eye. I like everything about you. I like your hair, and I like your name. You may not be the tallest one in the group, but you've definitely got more in you than the rest of us combined. Natsuki keeps his head down, clenching his fists. This is obviously very difficult for him to accept, but finally, he forced himself to look me in the eyes again. This poem, I wrote it for you. But even so, if you don't like it, you gotta tell me, okay? Just be honest about it. Of course. Oh, here we go. So here's, this one's different. Why me? In a world where beauty abounds, you find joy in looking down. You could gaze at a mighty tree. Why instead do you look at me? Now tell me if you think I'm wrong, but silence is a pleasant song. What is wrong inside your head that you prefer my voice instead? You could walk tall, your head held high, reach on up and touch the sky, but the heavens you can barely see because you sit down here with me. I may not be perfect, but I'm still pretty tough, though it isn't always apparent enough. My patience sometimes goes astray, yet you respect me anyway. Clever writing is what I seek, funny rhymes and tongue-in-cheek. You make me confident with my style when my poems make you smile. Life is now a jubilee because you believe in me. Aw. That's sweet. It speaks to Natsuko's sense of his lack of self-confidence and kind of hints at how hard he is on himself, which is kind of sad. But, yeah. Yeah, I've made the comment on the like the original game. This is where Natsuki would write her "Because You" poem, which is like I've said it's an instantly disarming, a disarmingly sweet poem that like really makes you like look differently at her character. You know, after all the hostility she initially shows. So yeah, like this is a nice counterpart to that, and yeah, it's just a really neat little moment of vulnerability for Natsuko, I guess. Anyway, moving right along. So, what do you think? This is so sweet, Natsuko. Really, I never expected something like this coming from you. It's so full of emotion. Well, what's the point of writing? That's the point of writing, isn't it? To express things you wouldn't normally say? That's true. I forget that sometimes. Thank you for reminding me. Well, I am a pro, after all. He fails to sound as confident as he usually does. But you gotta remember something. Just because I'm macho doesn't mean I don't have these feelings sometimes. When you're nice to me, it means a lot. I'm glad. I hesitate in handing the poem back to him. Natsu, can I keep this? He looks up at me, eyes filled with excited hope. Do you mean it? I hug the poem to my chest. I really do. Ah, of course. It was for you, after all. I'm really glad you like it. Natsuko beams to himself. I turn to my seat and slip the poem into my bag. My heart is filled with joy at making Natsuko so happy. Aw. And then Yuri's going to be unhappy still, right? I approach Yuri, but he doesn't look very enthusiastic about my presence today. I'll leave him be for now. Maybe he'll approach me when he's feeling more confident. Yeah. And then Mateo. Hi, Tormusa. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? No. It's not exactly the first thing on my mind right now. Well, okay, this is going to be the same. Let Mateo take the poem I'm holding. Ah, sticking with the Natsuko style once again, I see. I guess we know what the first thing on your mind really is. That's not really... Oh, don't try to deny it. It's quite obvious. Spending every day with him in the club, pretending to like the manga he's into. You scared he's gonna hate you or something if you don't indulge his every whim? Hey, lay off. He's not the type of person who hates anyone who doesn't give him what he wants. Oh hey, another newcomer to the stream. That'd be good. Welcome to the stream. I mean, sure, he's assertive, but he's not selfish. I should have known that someone who indulges him as much as you do would jump to his defense like that. It's fine, but here's a little warning for you. Stay on your toes. Natsuko is kind of unpredictable. He never knows what he wants. I mean, at barely 18, he is the youngest one here, after all. Clearly, he's too immature to know how to properly handle his own feelings. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, it could end up damaging the club, too. And I know you wouldn't want that to happen. Maybe you should worry less about Natsu and more about Satori. Did you find out what was wrong with him? Ah, yes, the other important guy in your life. You must care about him more than I realized. First time watching this? Ah, okay. Well, yeah, this is the Switcheroo mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a Genderbend mod, so all the girls are replaced with boys, and we have Femc instead of MC, female main character. I already went through the Yuri route. This is me reloading to go to the Natsuko route, so I'm going to be doing some skipping. So anyway, it's understandable. Your history with him is what holds you together. Yeah, this is the same thing as the first time around, so I'm going to skip through this. In fact, let's just go auto this for a bit. Tale of the Ignorant Hermit. This is the same poem as the first time around. Whoop. Yeah. So yeah, this is Mateo talking about history. This is the hint that, or the biggest hint that Act 1 throws at you about Mateo's intentions. Giving you 3, Satori is missing. And yeah, they're talking about Satori, and then they're deciding on what to do over the weekend. Yeah, this is the same. I don't know. I'm hesitant to hit the skip button because just in case there's something new, but I don't think this is... I think this is going to be the same as the first time around. Okay, and going with Natsuki this time. A weekend with sweets and a cute guy? Count me in. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun, and since we have a lot of stuff to make, it sounds like it could use 2 people. Don't worry. Oh, tons of fun. You can bet on it. Eh? But Natsuki, I thought you hated baking. I never said that. Oh, hey. Ines Medina. Will it here? Okay, I'm guessing, is that Spanish? What is that? I'm sorry I don't understand what you said, but welcome to the stream. I said baking is for girls, and since I'll have a girl with me, it'll be worth it. Well, if you say so. You'll be finding your own, right, Yuri? Of course. His voice sounds solemn and distant. Geez, now I feel bad for the big guy. But in the contest between books and donuts, I'm sorry, man, I'm only human. So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to cover? No, I think that's it. Are you all feeling excited? Yes. Everything is going to be awesome, including our dumb performances. That's the spirit. What about you, Tormusa? Oh, I'm giddy as a schoolgirl who's going to be stuffing her face with donuts in a few days. And approaches taking notes. I put a comma after O. Also, I'm sure the performance will be interesting. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? Yuri nods dismissively, but everyone can tell he's sulking. I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. Yuri is feeling underappreciated. Not only did we have to come up with something for him to do, but then no one even offered to help. We all kind of suck right now. No, Tormusa. You guys are fine. Don't worry about me. Natsuki suddenly glances up at Yuri with a worried expression. He walks up to Yuri and gently touches his arm. Look, Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're gonna help make our event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, yes, my donuts will be the bomb, but you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That's going to be really important for the way people feel during the performances. So, you know, give yourself more credit. Stop being such a pussy. Natsuki finally turns away, arms crossed. Aww, that was almost touching. Do you really mean that, Natsuki? Yes, I do. You're being a giant crybaby, you need to stop. But you know, that stuff about you being talented, I meant that too. Yuri isn't the only one who's surprised. Mateo and I are also taken back by Natsuko's words. Neither of us expected such encouraging things to be said by him of all people. I suddenly realized Natsuko was trying to sound like Satori. Even if it didn't come out perfectly, I could still tell that Natsuko was trying to say something he thought Satori would say in a situation like this. Because Satori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being melodramatic. I'm going to do my best, and all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for us today, so I guess it's time to head out. I'll be staying a bit longer. I didn't get a chance to do much reading today. Fine. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Yuri and Mateo out the door. Wow, where do you think you're going? We still need to figure out our plans for the weekend. You're about to stroll on home and then realize you have no way of contacting me. Smart. Oh, yeah, my bad. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. Here's my phone number. Don't text me weird memes. No promises, I imagine. Why would I do that? Don't worry, I'm not gonna. I am so gonna text him weird memes. Give Natsuko my number in return. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. Got a problem with that? Well, no. But I just figured that since I'm helping you, we'd be doing this at your house. Yeah, right. My mom would flip if I brought a girl over. Geez, that's kind of strict. You have no idea. Ooh. Yeah, considering what we know from before. Yeah, that's I get the definite feeling that's kind of understating things. Anyway, moving on. I can't do anything when my mom is home. Anyway, we have each other's numbers now. I'll text you when I'm coming over. Sounds good. Look forward to baking with you. Sure, it'll be fun. Baking can be a lot of fun. I mean, that is, baking in company, is what I meant to say. You're not just gonna give me the dirty work, are you? Natsuki flicks around as if to make sure we're alone, then suddenly gives a flirty grin. Well, that all depends on just how dirty you're willing to get. Uh-oh. Ho ho ho, Shorty's got jokes. I see what he did there. I smile a bit in return. I do like his confidence, and it only seems to increase when the others aren't around. Alright, you little snickerdoodle. I'll see you on Sunday then. Bye-bye. So, hey Torm, would you still recognize me if I changed it into another character? I mean, if you let me know who you are, I suppose, sure. So, Natsuki will be coming over on Sunday. I'm oddly excited for this. Sure, I'd rather be helping out Satori, but still, my anxiety shoots through the roof. I mean, Natsuki and I both have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. Plus, he's pretty flirty, so he should be fun to banter with, no telling where that'll lead. Not to mention, I'll be spending the entire day sampling his confections. I suddenly feel a knot in my stomach. Why am I scared Satori will find out about this? I mean, I kid around, but we really aren't a couple or anything. Besides, like Mattia said, this is all about the club. I have nothing to worry about. It's already Sunday. Okay, so this is going into the Satori depression / bipolar scene. I'm gonna use the washroom really quick. Let me just boink. I'll be right back. So I think Ina said, hello, Mr. Attorney's friend. Okay, cool. Let's see. How long should I let this go? Like, should I go right to the end of the act, or I'm kind of keeping these streams like a couple hours each. I guess I'll do the. I mean, I expect the whole Satori conversation should be the same thing. Wait. I saw Natsuki's name mentioned. Yeah, the only difference is I'm a little surprised at how sweet he is on the phone. He's almost a different person. He's still quite flirty, but that's to be expected. But setting Natsuko aside, then it goes back into talking about Satori. And this is the bag breaking, his stuff spilling out, and he finds Satori's meds, and he realizes that Satori has been secretly troubled. We have the talk about it. And it's a cool choice to have Satori instead of having undiagnosed depression, like in the original, Satori basically has. I was going to say undiagnosed depression. We don't really know it's undiagnosed. There's no indication in the original that Satori was getting any kind of professional help, but this time around, there is clearly indicated that Satori is getting professional help, but he isn't taking it seriously and not taking his meds. So it's causing troubling reactions. Yeah, I mean, oops. Yeah, statistically speaking, getting like therapy or seeing a therapist or counselor is statistically better for recovery. From depression and so on. Satori has bipolar disorder in this, so it might be a little different. But in terms, right, it's complicated. There are a lot of factors involved, and really, it depends on the individual. It's like some people might need medication more than others, but statistically speaking, therapy alone is better than medication alone. Medication and therapy together generally provide the best result. And really, if you're taking medication, you probably want to get some therapy as well. Like you're gonna want someone monitoring the changes that result from the medication, because medication can be unpredictable. It depends on the individual, because everybody's different, and the human body is complicated, and people are complicated. Sometimes it can be a bit of trial and error figuring out what kind of medication works best for you, because there's so many different kinds of medication out there, and people are so complicated. Like even the experts sometimes just have to take their best guess about what's going to work, and then check in with them to make sure it's working properly, and make adjustments where necessary. So yeah. It's just rambling a bit. This is like mental health and self-improvement. Those are things that interest me. So anyway, try to focus on my thoughts on Natsuko, convincing myself that tomorrow will be a better day for everyone, including Satori. I follow Natsuko, staying about 100 feet behind him. Oh, okay. Oh, right, so because they said that they looked out the window and saw Natsuko coming up to the house. Okay. I'm sure he hasn't spotted me. As he turns to walk up my driveway, I see him take out his phone. He disappears from my view as he heads up to the house, obscured by the bushes on the corner of the driveway. Within moments, I hear the musical tone of my phone letting me know I have a new text. It's from Natsuko, saying he's outside my door. I decided it'd be more fun to sneak up on him. I round the corner and slink up the driveway. As my door comes into view, I only see the bags he was carrying sitting on the patio. I stare at the lone bags for a moment. Where the hell did he go? Gotcha! Yeah! I practically leap out of my pants as Natsuko suddenly appears behind me and gives my ribcage a little tickle. Hey, there's Natsuko's casual outfit. That's cool. I'm pretty sure my soul left my body there for a moment. You should see her face. Man, I really gave you a scare, didn't I? I'd stuff you in the microwave for pulling that little stunt, but then I'd have no one here to make donuts. And I wasn't scared, by the way. I was mildly alarmed. Yeah, right. You're just mad because you wanted to sneak up on me and I beat you to the punch. Touche. Satisfied with himself, Natsuki struts proudly to the door and gathers the bags. Let's head inside. We have a lot of work to do. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki carries in 3 large bags that I'm assuming are filled with baking supplies. He places them on the counter. Well, I didn't want to come all the way down here just to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. Did you buy everything I asked you to? Yep. Natsuki messaged me yesterday asking me to pick up a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Great. I can count on you to do your part. Oh, of course. I take donuts very seriously. I sure hope so. Can't have you ruining my recipe. Your recipe, huh? So you do bake often. Realizing his unintentional confession, Natsuko's face turns bright red. That's not... calm down, Natsu. I think it's awesome that you make such tasty treats. Something to be embarrassed about. If anything, it makes me think even more highly of you. I mean, I don't expect any less from a pro. I'm glad to hear you say that. I don't want the other guys to know. They'll just make fun of me about it and piss me off. Then I guess they won't be partaking in your delicious donuts, will they? And whose loss is that? That's true, I guess. But still, could you keep this between us? It's bad enough I'm the shortest one in the club. I don't want them to have more ammo knowing I bake too, you know. No worries. Your secret is safe with me. Thanks, Charmusa. There's some silence between us when Natsuki suddenly gives me a strange look. Sorry. This is the first time I've seen you outside of school. You look really pretty today. Natsu, well, I was expecting Natsu to act different when it was just the two of us, but I never expected that someone who's usually so blunt and bossy could be so unbelievably charming. Is that a charming line? Okay. That's really nice of you to say something like that. I mean, if we're being honest here, I think Natsuki looks pretty cute in his casual clothes too. Somehow they make him look older than usual. He may not have Yuri's mature build, but he's clearly not a kid either. Plenty of girls prefer the youthful boy band look anyway. Well, let's not make a big deal out of it. We don't need to talk about weird things just because we're not in school. Let's get started. There's a lot for me to teach you, so be prepared to pay close attention if at all possible. And for crying out loud, keep your fingers out of the batter. There's that attitude. I smile a bit to myself. Do you like when he speaks his mind like that? It gives me a license to dish it right back to him. We start pulling items out of the bags and finally get started. For long, the entire kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled liquid, plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. Of course, about 99% of the mess was made by me. Turns out I suck at baking and have exhausted Natsuki at every turn. The mixer wasn't big enough to mix all the batter at once, so we had to do it several times. I've had my hand slapped with a wooden spoon at least 24 times so far for trying to dip my finger in just about every bowl I can reach. That's funny. I have been forbidden from touching anything unless specifically asked to do so. Charmusa, I need the food coloring. The batter is going in the oven soon. Natsuki watches my every move as I reach into the bag next to the table, pull out a small box that holds 5 bottles of different colored dye. What color are you making the batter? Well, each batch will be a different color. That way everyone can pick their favorite even if the filling is the same. Neat. Are we doing the same with the filling? Do you want to? Sure, sounds like fun. But whatever we can do to make these as creative and eye-catching as possible. Yeah, now you're getting it, Charmusa. Now you're putting your heart into it and starting to have fun. I sure am. God, I wanted to shove my entire head into one of these bowls of batter right now. It's torture not being able to taste anything. I watch forlornly as Natsuki separates the batter into smaller bowls and puts a few drops of food coloring into each. Natsuki catches the intense way I'm gazing at the batter. Cool looking, isn't it? Baking isn't about following instructions, you know. It's all about presentation. Making people's eyes light up at just the sight of your food is just as good as the moan of satisfaction they give after tasting it. Oh, okay. You're amazing at this. Baking must be your life's calling. No, not at all. Really? That's a pretty lackadaisical response from someone who loves baking. Natsuki suddenly stops mixing a batch of blue batter, staring into it with a sad expression. Are we going to get more of his backstory here? Like, I mean, the secret special poem from Act 2 seemed to be our only real clue from the game, but I kind of wonder if we're going to get more information here. Just because someone is really good at something doesn't mean they really like doing it. Oof. Sometimes a person is only really good at something because they were forced to do it. Natsuki quickly snaps out of his melancholy daze. Anyway, here. He quickly changes the subject, and I'm shocked when he puts down a bowl of blue batter and hands me a large bowl full of cream filling and a whisk. I'm still using the mixer, so make this until there are no more lumps. When you're done, we'll add some food coloring to it. Keep your fingers out of it. I'm serious. It takes all of my willpower to focus on mixing the stuff. I take the whisk and give it a careless swing around the bowl. About a half cup of the mixture flies out of the bowl and splatters on the ground. I quietly look up at Natsuki to see him giving me an agitated glare. Are you even trying to make a mess? No, that's all happening naturally. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here. Natsuki grabs the bowl from me. He takes the whisk in one hand and uses the other to tilt the bowl back. You only need to beat the crap out of it. See? After only a few seconds, the consistency of the cream filling has already improved, forming firm, fluffy peaks. I watch puppy-eyed as Natsuki takes a finger and dips it into the cream, scooping up a dollop and popping it into his mouth. Yeah, I said not to do that. Ah, perfect consistency. Wow, I launched my finger towards the bowl in an attempt to have a taste of the fluffy mounds. Only to have Natsuki pull the bowl away and lightly slap my wrist. Hey, how many times do I have to tell you to keep your gross fingers out of the bowls? Yeah, incidentally, I can't help thinking, I mean, since we established from the previous run that Natsuki has an abusive mother, but the comment about Natsuki hitting Femsi on the hand with the wooden spoon every time she tries to reach into the bowls, that kind of hits differently. I kind of wonder if that's something that his mother did to him. But it comes across playful here, but it kind of makes me wonder if there's something more more serious going on in his home life. Anyway, that's just speculation. Moving right along. How many times do I have to tell you to keep your gross fingers out of the bowls? Come on, man, you're killing me here. You haven't let me taste anything. I just want a little sample. I start to fight back, reaching for the bowl once again. I'm the chef, and it's my job to make you wait to sample anything until we're done. Now back off. Natsuki grabs my hand and pushes back. Well, my job is to get in the way and make a big mess. You are seriously impeding my duties, so just let me taste the frickin' cream already. Oh, that's suggestive. Also, I'd put a comma after duties. My argument makes absolutely no sense, but at this point I don't care. I want that sweet stuff in my mouth. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the lip of the bowl. I successfully scoop out a dollop just as Natsuki pulls the bowl away with all his might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me caused me to stumble, making him stumble in return. My hand with the cream filling on it brushed against his face, wiping that precious dollop off my finger and across his cheek. Ah! Got a big club of it on my face. Gee, I wonder whose fault that is. Yours, of course. Keep your fingers out of the bowls. Let me taste something. Not until we're done. Natsuki sets the bowl on the counter behind him and stands in front of it protectively, arms outstretched. I'm at my wit's end. I need to get my fix, by any means necessary. I suddenly lunge. Natsuki holds up one hand, but I'm faster. I grab him by the wrist. He tries to use his other hand to fight back, but I grab that one too. I push back with all my might, shoving him beyond the counter and pinning him against the wall. So I'm here to get in the way and make a big mess, yeah. Oh, Ed and Eddie reference? Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that show. It's a good line, though. It's funny. Yeah, you know, shoving him beyond the canopy as well. That's a good point. Like, it just occurred to me. This is, you know, the MC's kitchen background from the original game. In the original, when MC pins Natsuki against the wall, like, where does he pin her? Like, there's counter all the way around here. So how does that work exactly? Oh well. Anyway. Oh boy. Yeah, there's that CG again. Yeah, let me go. Not a chance. You won't let me taste anything because you don't want my fingers in the bowls? Fine then. You leave me no choice. Before he said chance to respond, I lean my body into him. Our faces are practically touching when I suddenly flick out my tongue and slowly drag it across his face, licking off the cream. Oh boy. It's a little steamier this time, eh? Both the Yuri weekend scene and the Natsuko weekend scene have, like, face licking in the place of finger licking. Bold choice. Anyway, moving right along. What? Did you just... Natsuko is so taken aback that he can't even figure out how to get mad at me. He can't even seem to figure out what's going on right now. He looks away, his face entirely red, but then his expression changes. His gaze suddenly becomes amorous. He looks back at me. Teresa, you know, once we put those donuts in the oven... That also sounds suggestive. We'll have, like, a good 12 minutes to do whatever you want. There's a lip-biting expression there. Also, he has a fang. Wait, what? Did he just... I stare at him in shocked silence. Okay, I'm not even sure what's going on right now. I mean, Natsuko's always been pretty poor, but this... I don't know how to respond to this. My breathing becomes shallow and suddenly I'm feeling a bit dizzy. Is 12 minutes enough time to do anything? Anyway, moving on. The screech of the fire alarm kills the tension immediately. Sounds like a truck backing up. Startled, I reel back when Natsuki rushes to the oven. What the? You haven't put any batches in yet. What's burning? Jeez, no wonder. I feel my face ignite with embarrassment and Natsuki grabs an oven mitt and pulls out a dirty tray, tossing it on top of the stove. The fire alarm stops within moments. I told you to check the stove before preheating it, didn't I? Yes. Yes, you did. And did you? I believe the smoldering evidence sitting on top of the stove is proof enough that I did no such thing. Oh, for Pete's sake. Anyway, I'm putting the first batch in the oven now. And just like that, we're back to baking. Sorry, proofreading mode. Shoot. Wasn't there... Oh yeah. Comment after yes, right here. I just... like... Moving right along. Just like that, we're back to baking. I have mixed feelings about this. I mean, the baking is fun and all, but I'm curious what would have happened if that stupid fire alarm didn't go off. It's kind of frustrating. I watch as Natsuko slides the batch of donuts into the oven. Meanwhile, I dip my finger in the filling bowl and scoop a massive dollop of cream into my mouth while his back is turned. Well, she finally got her cream. Man, those are smelling real good. Donuts are ready to be pulled out of the oven. A blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room the moment that Natsuko pulls open the oven door. My mouth waters. They look nice, don't they? Wait until we decorate them. Empty out that last bag. We're going to need everything in it. Hand me the piping bags and metal tips. I get to work pulling everything out of the last bag. I'm a little overwhelmed by the variety of decorations Natsuko brought. Several small jars of sprinkles, walnuts, toasted coconut, and chopped almonds are among the different options alongside bags of chocolate chips and peanut butter chips. While the donuts were in the oven, Natsuko and I made different colored icing as well as separated the cream filling to make several colors of that too. Natsuko returns to the table, having scooped different colors of icing and filling into numerous bags, each tipped with a different metal tube. He also sets a tray of cooled baked donuts in front of us. Now we do the fun part. You can be as creative as you want with the decorations, but keep in mind that this is a literature event, so let's try to come up with a matching theme. What about this one with the thin tip? I pick up a bag of chocolate ganache, which is tipped with an ultra-thin thin pipe. You can write with this one, right? Let's write words in the donuts. It'd be fun to see people choose a donut based on a word they like. Say, that's a good idea. You know, you may be lousy at baking, but I do like the way your mind works. Gee, thanks. I'm sure there's a compliment in there somewhere. Natsuki looks at the decorations for a moment, thinking to himself, no doubt designing them in his head. Afterward, he grabs 2 different colored donuts and places them in front of me. He grabs 2 for himself as well. These didn't come out as nice as the others, so we'll use them to practice on. Get a feel for the pipe bags, execute a few ideas. When you've got a good group going, you can start decorating the good ones for real. And the best part is, you can eat your 2 practice donuts when you're done. Deal? Ack. I look at Natsuki. I'm hearing his surprised exclamation. Crumbs are flaking from my face. I've already stuffed the donuts he's placed in front of me into my mouth. Did you say something? Natsuki sighs and shakes his head. You know what? I'll do the main decorating. You write a word on each donut. Can you at least do that? I smile and nod excitedly. Uh-huh. Fine. No dirty words, though. Aw. My smile goes away. When we're finished, Natsuki lines the donuts up side by side to admire our work. These turned out so much nicer than I ever imagined they would. Good job, partner. Right back at ya. Those are some pretty donuts, I must say. I, too, admire the amazing variety of donuts you've created. They're cream-filled donuts and donuts with holes in them. Oh, really? Yeah, cream-filled donuts are my favorite. Like Boston creamed or like, you know, or jelly-filled donuts. I don't know, something about donuts with filling. Something appeals to me. Yeah, okay, so it's not just like donuts with holes in them that they're making. I guess they're making a variety. Anyway, some are glazed, some are powdered, some are covered with icing, and other with sprinkles. And what's this? And other with sprinkles? I think that's supposed to say others. That's it. Take my name off the proofreading credits. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I mean, I don't know. Like I said before in the previous video, I proofread the rough draft, but I have a feeling that Roach made some changes, and I didn't get to proofread the final draft. So there might be some typos that slipped in here, or butts with commas following them. Because oh well. Anyway, more for the director's cut. Anyway, some are topped with nuts, while others are topped with chocolate chips. Some are striped and some are plain. The colors pop when they should, but don't outshine the ones with simpler decorations. What a lovely display! I just want to roll around in them. It's funny. I wish I could have one right now. You can have one. Oh, custard filled donuts are a no-go for. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That would. I don't know. Custard filled would be great to me. You can have one after she's already devoured 2 of them. And only one. I waste no time in reaching for the one I'm eyeing. It's a chocolate filled. Wait, hold on a second. Eyeing. I'm pretty sure eyeing is E-Y-E-I-N-G. I have to double check that. This is midstream proofreading. Yeah, like if I Google eyeing, E-Y-I-N-G. Oh, okay. Okay. It accepts that spelling, I guess. Oh, quit it. Yeah, it's an either or thing. Okay, just curious. Moving right along. Chocolate covered ones with rainbow sprinkles and cream filling. Rather than inhale it, I nibble it daintily, enjoying the fresh flavor. They taste as delicious as they look. These are amazing, Natsu. You gotta try one. I offer him a bite of my donut. He opens his mouth automatically like he's going to bite down, then suddenly stops and looks away. Thanks, but I already know what they taste like. Besides, I'll be eating dinner soon. I don't want to spoil my appetite. I'm the opposite. I'd down 10 of these and still eat dinner. Well, as healthy as that sounds, not all of us can wolf down 14 kilos in one sitting. Anyway, I was hoping we'd have time to hang out, but I better get home. Interesting that he uses kilos when in the previous scene Yuri has a kettle which works in Fahrenheit. Like, are we using imperial systems or metric systems here? Now, Long John donuts with filled cream instead of custard are super good to me. Okay. I'm not familiar with Long John donuts, but that sounds tasty. Anyway, I was hoping we'd have time to hang out, but I better get home. Already? Couldn't you stay a little longer so we could play a video game? Natsuki pauses, looking away. I really would love to, but the thing is, my mom won't be home until late tonight. I'll get to have the house to myself. It doesn't happen too often, so I have to take advantage of it when I can. It's interesting. Yeah, it's a different take on the original. Natsuki says that she has to get home in time for her dad making dinner, but it's interesting that Natsuki values his alone time enough that he's willing to leave spending time with FMC instead. Yeah, anyway. How come? Let's just say I kind of have to be a different person when she's home. When I'm home alone, I get to be me. I narrow my eyes suspiciously. I wonder what he means by that. I'd ask if I could go to his house since his mom won't be home, but I'm not sure I want to risk getting him in trouble if she comes home early. It's all your fault, you know. His mood suddenly shifts. If I didn't have to constantly babysit you all afternoon, we'd have been done sooner and I'd had more time to hang out. Well, he quickly turned back into his normal bratty self. Oh, sure. Blame me. It was 100% your fault. He's not lying. I'd been done hours ago if it weren't for me screwing around the entire time. But at least we had fun. Should I bring the donuts tomorrow? Natsuki laughs loudly. You must be joking. I'm not leaving them with you. They're coming with me tonight. I don't trust you, or Satori for that matter, to be with those donuts all night. That's why I brought this Tupperware. Natsuki begins carefully lining the donuts up in the special trays in the Tupperware. Well, it was worth a shot. You were wise not to trust us, Satori and I. Technically, that should be Satori and me, but who says that fantasy has proper grammar? We would have destroyed those donuts. Trust me, I know. Mention of Satori takes me back to our conversation this morning. I remember how helpless I felt. There's never been a time we haven't shared everything with each other. I wish you'd tell me what I can do to help. Okay, I have my stuff packed. Good work today. Thanks. I had a lot of fun. Just like that, Natsuko's already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I get the opportunity to get closer to him like I wanted? Well, guess I'm off then. Thanks for all the help today. That little hesitation there is funny. Let's not kid ourselves. I was no help at all. Well, thanks for the entertainment then, I guess. I'll see you tomorrow. Natsu, wait. I speak without thinking. I've been doing an awful lot of that lately. About today. I'm serious when I said I had a lot of fun. Not just the baking, but hanging out with you in general. This doesn't need to be a one-time thing, is what I'm saying. I want to spend time with you again, if at all possible. Whether you want to read comics or play video games, whatever. I'm up for it. Natsuki gives me an intense look. Do you mean that? Yeah, I do. I want to do this again. Termusa, I didn't think... I mean, if everyone in the club... Natsuki sets the bags and Tupperware on the ground and turns to face me fully. I'm sorry I had to leave so early. I really didn't want to. I would stay here all day if I could. I feel the same way as you. Natsuki steps closer. I may call him Shorty, but in reality we're almost the same height. At this point his face has gotten very close to mine. Standing inches from me, he looks into my eyes. I feel his hands suddenly curl around mine. Ooh, they're holding hands. How lewd. His rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision along with his slightly parted lips. What is happening? He leans closer. I can feel his breath against my lips. Oh wow. I've got this for a while now. And Natsuko suddenly jumps back. It's Satori! Hey, Trimusa. Hey, Nat. What are you guys up to? Nothing. We finished working for today and Natsu is just leaving. He is? Bummer. Sorry I didn't come sooner. We could have all hung out. It's nice to see you, Satori. Wish I could stay, but I have to get home. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'd hate to keep you, so I guess we'll see you at the festival, yeah? Can't help but notice Satori's acting passive-aggressively forceful. Is he trying to drive Natsuko away? Natsuko seems to pick up on it, too. He looks at me briefly. Yeah, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, then. Goodbye, Nat. Satori cuts him short, staring Natsuko in the eye in an uncomfortably domineering way. Natsuko nods obediently, gathers his bags and the Tupperware of donuts, then hurries off with his head down. What the hell was that about? And then the rest of this should be the same. Can we talk? Urgency in his tone. Let's go to your room. This is the... Hurry before I lose my nerve. Yeah, this is the same as the first time around, so I'm just going to skip through this. I'm talking about feelings for FemC, and it's very sad, and it's just all sad all the time. He's being really hard on himself, and saying he's in love with FMC, and on principle I'm going to save it, but I'm going to in principle stick with the Natsuko thing, and I'm going to go. I'm going to save the Satori confession for when I'm doing the Satori route. And this is going to be all the same too. So yeah, I think I can pretty much just skip ahead to the end of the act, I think, at this point. Because I think the rest of this is same. There's all this eeriness going on. Here's a whole Satori suicide fake out. Pill bottles lying around. There's this fake out that maybe he OD'd, but no, he's okay. And then the real suicide scene is coming up, so brace yourselves, I guess. Oh yeah, and this is oh yeah, Matteo's poem is coming up. There's the it's all the code stuff. Which reminds me, by the way, I looked up. Do I have it open here somewhere? Here it is. The code message which appears on the screen at the end of the game after Act 4. There's a bunch of basic D4 stuff. I looked it up, and it says the poem itself is an image file, so I kind of had to transpose it by typing it into a base64 decoder. But as far as I can tell, it says, "This isn't me. This isn't right. There must be a way to fix this. I must save him." That's what the text said. Although there were maybe some typos. I'm not sure if I made the typos or if they were in the original thing. But the word "right" looks like RK something HT and says there must be a way no fix this instead of to fix this. I don't know if those are intentional typos or if those are typos that I made accidentally or that I added to it or what. But I wonder if that's not sure if that's a hint about there being another way to go about things or what. But some kind of botched CSS code, yeah. So the rest of this I think is the same. And there's Mateo. Again with the rolled up sleeves as I mentioned earlier. Installing corrupt. Yeah. Something. And Mateo's dead. Why isn't this working? Who? Maybe I clip out this section. How is that? Damn it, why can't I delete her memory? Who's speaking now? Not because I thought I would. This is so yeah, so this is Mateo messing around. Yeah, Silverado scene indeed. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. This is Mateo messing around with FemC's programming from beyond the grave. Hinting at what's to come. And there's Mateo glitched out. Again, good plot twist and all. But yeah, I think that's a good note to end on. So we got Natsuki's Route, or Act 1 of Natsuki's Route in one stream, and we'll save the Act 2 part of Natsuki's Route for another stream, I think. Thanks to everyone for joining. Yeah, I mean, yeah, got nothing else to add to that. So.